Good morning. Good morning. It's Monday. It's the 12th of September, and it's Karen here as ever with you every Monday, as giving you lots of advice, ideas, hopefully a bit of inspiration on your social media activity. So, feeling quite subdued today. I think, like a lot of us, even though we knew our wonderful Queen wasn't getting any younger, she was a constant. And I think that's the word I'm hearing used a lot in our lives. And I actually did hesitate as to whether to go live this morning because of that very reason, because we are all affected very differently by what's happened in recent days. And I've got to say, the first thing I thought of really sadly on Thursday when it was announced was, right, I need to go and pause all of my social media activity. And I've actually only just decided to put it back on. So there was nothing really going out over the weekend, other than in private groups. Good morning. Unless you give StreamYard permission on Facebook, I can't see who it is. You need to tick that box for StreamYard. So it's been a strange couple of days, and I contacted all of my clients immediately to say, what would you like to do? Let's put out, like a lot of people did, if I'm honest, but let's put out an announcement. You saw a lot of websites getting banners put onto them, all of those sorts of things. And I think really my advice as somebody who's worked in this industry for over 10 years now is, I think you've got to do what feels the right thing. And that's difficult, isn't it? Is that there's not a handbook for this sort of thing, even though they knew it was coming. So I'm looking really carefully at the sort of content, because I plan my content. Those of you that have worked with me know that I plan my content around 10 days ahead. So actually, before I came on live this morning, I took a long, hard look at what I've got planned to go out for the next week, because is it appropriate to be talking about events and gatherings and people enjoying themselves? Is that right to do that? But the world has to go on, and that's the big thing. So the big decision I've made is that my LinkedIn masterclass, which was due to be a week today, that is now going to be a national holiday. So I'm postponing that until the 3rd of October. So I am going to contact my mailing list today and let everybody know who's booked that it will be moving to them, because I think a lot of people won't be working. So what can you do with your social media during these uncertain times? Yes, I agree. I don't think anything funny should be posted. It's not appropriate. There is a somber tone. I even thought about what I was wearing today coming on live, that I wanted to be respectful. Yes, I wasn't related to the Queen. Yes, I'd never met her, but she had been in my life all of my life. And I think there's a thing around the tone. I'm quite shocked at some of the organizations I'm seeing on LinkedIn that are posting quite frivolous stuff, if I'm honest. And that makes me sound like really like a nasty school teacher or something. But you've got to do what you feel is right. Excuse me. Because how we behave now, and I actually said this to the very lovely Claire Twells 2.5 years ago, when we went into the first lockdown. I said to Claire, how we treat people now in the coming weeks and months. We had no idea how long the whole lockdown was going to last, did we, back in March 2020? So that's going to dictate how relationships are moving forward. Now, to a lesser degree, there's going to be that, is that people will look and make judgment. Yeah, StreamYard permission's always been there. And yes, and actually the worst one for the bad stuff is Twitter. It brings the keyboard warriors out. Mr. Trevor Sinclair, former professional footballer, had been at the races on Thursday, and he posted something that was subsequently taken down. And he may actually lose his job. Now, none of us want to lose our jobs or lose our valued clients when we run our own business. simply because we want to make sure that we are respectful. And that, above all, to me, is the most important thing. So I won't be doing quite the same volume of posting. I want to be really clear. Yeah, you should be totally. I want to be really clear about the fact that, yes, I got very emotional, and I'm not ashamed to say I got very emotional on Thursday night. And every time I see something about it, I get emotional. And another example of this is about sensitivity. So on Friday morning, I was due to spend half a day workshop with my online program. And hi, Alona. Hi, nice to see you. So, Alona, I've got an email coming out to you today about the 19th. So on Thursday night, I was thinking, oh my word, I'm with my social media for grown-ups group tomorrow morning. So I put a post in our private group to say if anybody felt as though they weren't up to attending, then to please let me know. And what we did was actually we said, we took, yeah, absolutely. I don't want to do anything on the day of the funeral. I'm definitely not doing a live on the day of the funeral. It's crazy, isn't it? But what we did at our morning workshop, was the morning after the evening before, we spent a few minutes just reflecting on our favourite memories of the Queen. I'm going to share one of mine with you, actually, if you don't mind. So when I was at school up in the Northeast, and I think it was the Silver Jubilee. I dread to think how old that makes me. I don't want to think about that. We were all given the day off school because the Queen and Prince Philip were sailing into the Tyne on the Royal Yacht Britannia. So we all jumped on the bus, my school friends and I, and my little sister, and we went into Newcastle, down to the quayside, and queued. All the barriers were up, and waited for hours until Her Majesty and Prince Philip came off Britannia, and we could see them from where we were on a little bit of a hill. And then they went past in the special car with all the clear glass, and we're doing the royal wave, of course. And it still makes me smile thinking about it, actually, even though it's a huge amount of time ago. So that's what we did on Friday morning. I was sensitive to the fact some of my group didn't come in person. Yes, it was 1977. God, don't say that. It makes you realise how long ago that was. We had street parties and everything, as we've done recently, of course. And gosh, that's sad, isn't it? That I'm old enough to remember silver, golden, and diamond. Oh, my word. That's just so scary. But yes, so that's what we did. And I have contacted a lot of my clients and said, give some careful thought to what you're posting. Take just a moment to think about it. So I am not planning on, yes, I can't see. So I am not planning on promoting my LinkedIn masterclass other than privately until after the funeral. And yes, that may impact on the number of tickets I sell, but for me, it's more about my reputation as a business owner is far more important than anything else. So that's just really a few thoughts. On a practical level, be really careful about the images that you use. I'm sure that they will have much better things to do, but be really mindful of the images that you're using. Excuse me, just if it's any help to anybody, quickly, there are some resources. So this morning, I just went on to Pixabay and I typed in Queen Elizabeth. And there was a really lovely image. In fact, I'm going to share it with you because I thought it was a beautiful image. Let's just open it up. Can't find it now. Let's just get it and show you it. So I just typed in Queen Elizabeth, and this is the image that we, it is actually our reputation. So I'm just going to jump on it and screen share. So this is an image that is a royalty-free image, and it's quite lovely, isn't it? So just so you know, there are royalty-free images out. I also went on to the Royal Press Association, and there was also an image that was released to celebrate the Queen's 90th birthday, which was also rather lovely, which I'm just going to quickly show you. Let's just talking to myself now. There we go. There we go. So that is another one. So again, that was with the Press Association, so you can't remove that logo. But just so you know, there are some places that you can get royalty-free images, but absolutely 100%. There are, and she was truly beautiful, but just be really careful about if you're sharing them for your business. Think about that commercial element. Consider, are they royalty-free images? Now, I'm sure probably if you go onto the Royal Family website, there will probably be more than likely some free downloads. I am sure there will be in their press section. So think really carefully about that. Tone of voice, 100%. Tone of voice is so important at this time because people are feeling a little bit discombobulated. I spoke to my beautiful sister in Australia, and that was the first thing she asked. I spoke to her yesterday morning. The first thing she asked is, how are things in the UK? And I said, strange, and discombobulated. I feel a bit, I've got a huge piece of writing to do today. And frankly, I'm struggling getting my head around it because all I keep thinking about is all these lovely images. And then the sad seeing the coffin leaving Balmoral yesterday and Princess Anne in that 6-hour drive. It was quite something. But as business owners, and that's what I want to end this live with this morning, as business owners, we need to be really mindful and careful of our tone of voice. Plan your content now. Think about when you're going to stop. Yeah, poignant's a good word, poignant. I can't even say it today. Think about being relatable, empathetic, understanding, caring. All of those things that we as business owners can usually be pretty good at, can't we? So I just want to share a few thoughts with you and just take a step and pause. And actually, this is a time when my mantra about not posting from your phone becomes even more important, because having a really take a breath before you post anything, compose it, put it into your scheduling tool, have it ready to go, but take a moment and think about it. Thursday was my parents' 61st wedding anniversary. And last year I'd got them the official card from the Queen, and then I paid extra for the frame. So we actually have that. And at the time, my husband said, there might not be very many more of these. And we were there yesterday, and it's a beautiful card. And thank you. That's really nice to get some feedback on this, because it is a difficult topic. So they were really lucky to have that. It was our wedding anniversary, and I really odd got married the day after my mum and dad. Not the same year, of course. And it was our wedding anniversary on Friday, and it felt a bit strange celebrating it. So there is that thing that, yes, things have to go on. Yes, things are difficult. I was speaking to a friend of mine who's just left the church. She was a vicar, and she said, gosh, I think I left at the right time. Because people will turn to different sources for comfort, understanding, empathy. So as businesses, what we need to do is remember, absolutely, is it's an incredibly sad time for the family. They're having to grieve in the spotlight. And what we need to remember as businesses, everything we're saying and doing and putting out there online can't be taken down. Trevor Sinclair took that post down. My husband actually saw it out live and said, you cannot believe what's gone out. But that's impacted on his career. Now, we're not that famous. We haven't got that many hundreds of thousands and millions of people following us, but we have our community around us. So just be sensitive and mindful of what you're posting. And if you want to have a chat, then have a chat with me, give me a call, drop me a message if you want some advice. Always happy to chat about my favorite subject. So I'll be back here in 2 weeks' time at 8 o'clock on Monday the 26th. So you take care and have a great week and be mindful. And I'll see you in 2 weeks. Take care.